been, dude?
I've been all over the place, man.
What?
Many, every day is a new adventure. And God is change.
Uh-huh.
Give me. I'll
Tell
give
me
you a
more.
better answer. Just
Yeah.
give me.
Well, no, I mean that's a pretty good answer. Tell me more. I'm intrigued.
You just it's like a mixture of a lot of the same things, but then you got some brand new things that you've never done before.
Like what?
I've played some blackjack. Did I tell you about my time at the casino?
No. I
That's
think I
right, because
called you at the casino.
the last time we spoke, I suppose I could have. It had happened at that point, so I could have mentioned it to you. But um, yeah.
That was
So
an interesting conversation in general. It was a strange one.
yeah. What else did we talk about? We talked about nostalgia, which is funny because I've seen a couple of things talking about nostalgia, but also nostalgic things popping up in my feeds. So I think that's funny. Anyway, um, yeah. So the night before all the competitions, me and Brian and Stephanie and Coach Tasha and Coach Erica all went. We were like on the casino floor. We played like a couple of slot machines. We got a bite to eat. We were just hanging out down there basically. And I was just like, I would love to play some blackjack. That was my first time at a casino. So I was like, that's the one, I guess, gambling game that I know of and know how to play. And it's very simple. So Brian's like, we could play some blackjack. So we're looking for a table, and all the tables are like $100 minimum bet. So like per hand. Yeah. and Brian's like, this is good. Like, we'll do this one. I'm like, Brian, you're gonna lose $200 in one hand. Is that what you want? He's like, no, that's just the buy-in. And then the lady was like, no, you have to bet $100. He's like, oh. So we found a $50 bet table, which was the lowest we could find. And Brian gave me $100 and he had $100, and we played like 5 hands. And I technically ended with 200, but then I gave Brian back his money.
Right.
And Brian lost all of his money. So anyway, it was fun. And so naturally I was just like, in my head I'm scheming. I'm like, what'd be so cool is if next year when we go back, if we could like really run the tables and like make some money, like learn how to really play blackjack. So I was getting into it. I think this week I bet I played 1,000 hands of blackjack this week. Trying to learn. Yeah. So that's what I mean by like new things, and there's like there's a strategy. It's called Perfect Basic Strategy. And so there's like something that you're supposed to do, an action you're supposed to do given the exact circumstance of every single hand, depending on what you have and what the dealer has. So you're supposed to learn this. You have to just memorize it and know what you supposed to do in every single scenario. So that's the first. So let's assume that you memorized all that. You're still guaranteed to lose money over time, even if you played that exact basic perfect strategy. The only way to have an edge over the house is if you're counting cards or some other strategy. So now you have to keep track of every time
Matt. No. No. What a fucking waste of time.
Yeah, but it was so fun.
What do you mean was? You took it into your personal life. You've literally paid 1,000 hands of blackjack in a week.
Yeah, but it's not with real money. It's just fake.
Yeah, but it's with real time.
Oh yeah. Well, because it was interesting.
Okay.
Yeah. So
do you have a sense of direction, my friend? You sound like a cracked out ADHD like Like what? You went to a casino and then you started playing a bunch of blackjack?
Yeah, yeah. Not this is not at the casino. This
Yeah,
is
this is after. I get it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but like, don't you have like things to work on, like things that
Oh
you're
yeah.
building on, or like,
Oh yeah, sure.
how do you have this much time?
I work part-time, brother.
This blows my.
And
It's
and
just very strange.
and this week I was off. This is my vacation week.
Okay, that makes sense. That actually makes a
Mhm.
lot more sense. Sorry, I forgot that. That's totally
Yeah, dude.
chill.
So
Yeah.
I was playing some blackjack. I was learning the strategy, and then I was trying to learn how to count cards, which is really hard. Um, and then I was like, what is the like, what's when something gets difficult, you're like, what's the actual payout of this? And then I had Cursor make me some software that would simulate blackjack hands with what various strategies and card counting techniques and betting strategies. That way I could simulate like millions and millions of hands with different strategies and see like what the actual statistical
What the
output
actual
is.
fuck?
Yeah, exactly. So
Oh my
so,
god.
so then I was running blackjack simulations.
What?
This is what I'm
so
saying, dude.
astounded. Oh my god. This man is literally one of the smartest men I know. And he's wasting his time doing this.
No, I was simulating. It was good.
For what reason? What end goal?
Just a little bit of money would be cool next time.
This is
Next year.
not how you earn money.
Well, it could be if you count
It's
cards
really
correctly.
stupid.
Well,
Like
so
really,
this
really stupid. I'm just like being your good friend. Like, do not waste your time getting better at gambling of all things. Like you already have a skill that could earn you way more money than that blackjack table ever will, and you're not using it to earn money. So I don't understand. I don't think you want money.
yeah, it was more of just like a cool thing, and the
Yeah.
idea of money behind it is like, oh, that's kind of what makes it a little bit cool. And it's like gambling is,
Not
gambling
cool.
is like gambling is one of those like very alluring things.
Because it looks
It's
cool.
no, because it's like it's just like this idea of randomness. Like obviously that's why people get addicted to gambling. This idea of like maybe this time, just like one more, that sort of like idea. And
What if you get addicted to gambling? What would that mean
what would it mean
for your life?
if I got addicted to gambling?
Yeah.
Probably
Even for a
mean
short period of time.
probably mean a bunch of bad things. Yeah. as with most addictions. Yeah.
I just I just think of all the things that I could use your help with. And I think about the amount of time that's spent simulating things that it's amazing that you have amazing that you have essentially a research laboratory in your brain. It's an incredible gift. Like it is probably one of the most powerful things I've come across ever. It's astounding to me how little it's being used to actually make things change in like a larger service sense to humanity, or even in your personal life. Like it's baffling, genuinely.
Yeah, but it was fun. I did have fun.
Yeah, that's true. Fun's good.
What are these things that you need help with?
So many things, Matt. So many things. Like if I started, but that's always been the difficulty is I try to rope you in with money, but you don't seem to care about money. I try to rope you in with service. You kind of seem to care about service. Try to rope you in with complexity of task. Kind of care about that. I don't know what you care about.
Mm.
I have no idea.
Now we've gotten to the nugget.
Yeah, like what does Matt Kelly give a fuck about? It seems like you can care about anything, but nothing for a long period of time.
Uh, yeah, I'd say it's a handful of things. Definitely fractals. Definitely love fractals. Care about those. And I definitely care about the gym
Yeah.
and all the people at the gym.
Okay, let me give you a
And
hypothetical. If the people weren't at the gym, would you care about the gym?
what do you mean?
If I switched every single person out of that gym, would you care about the gym?
If
Except
none of
you.
those people were there anymore?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so you don't care about the gym, you care about the people.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's why I clarified.
Hmm. Very clearly, you care about the people at the gym. You do not care about the gym.
Correct. But when I was referring to the gym, that's what I meant. I just meant the
But I just
people.
wanted to make sure to separate those two, right? You care
Yeah,
about the
yeah,
people. The gym is just a
absolutely.
place where the people are.
Correct. And it's also, excuse me. It's also like most sports are let me formulate the thought in my head before I open my mouth. Sports are another type of education.
So you care
And
about
so,
education.
yeah, I think it's important to prepare the youth for the future in many regards. And athleticism is definitely a strong component of learning. And just fitness, we'll call it fitness. It doesn't have to be gymnastics, obviously. Could be any number of things.
So is it health or is it the ability to move that's interesting to you in fitness?
It's honestly, I mean, it's fitness is one aspect of it. Being able to have a healthy body and do the things that you want to do with your body and be strong enough to do those things. That's number one. That's also kind of secondary to me to just preparing the youth for different scenarios in life, right? So like going to competitions and like preparing for competitions, you have to like put in a lot of work over a long period of time and like make sure you're consistent and have the right mindset. You have to have a practice versus a performance mindset, and you have to support your teammates. And it's a very gymnastics specifically is an individual sport. So although your team can win a banner, it's like you're really only competing against yourself essentially.
I'm gonna take notes.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So there's this education component. There's there's the people component. And the education specifically doesn't even necessarily have anything to do with health. The education has more to do with the development of a human being. That's the part that you really care about.
Yeah, yeah, it's like being in a mentor sort of role and like helping people see how to grow properly, and being able to give them sort of those insights.
Okay, so that's the distillation of what you care about with your job. What else do you care about?
Yeah, and I also care about the people themselves. Obviously, I care about the individuals.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. I know you well enough to know that you care about people.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But I just don't want to gloss over that because it's like very easy to be like, oh well, I care about such and such, and so
Is
we're
it?
going to abstract that concept away from the individual, and then we'll be like, all right, let's maximize the abstract idea. But it's like, all right, you have to have a personal connection is
It takes time.
absolutely. I just mean that it's kind of like the most important part of that.
Yeah, I'm not refuting that.
Hmm.
By no means am I. I think by virtue of the time that we spend in book club, and by the conceptions that are by the archetype that I play in that group, I think it's very easy to assume that I don't care deeply about people, but that's not the case, and it's never been the case.
Hmm.
Um, or human relationships, or connection, or love, or any of the things that matter.
No,
Um,
and I wasn't suggesting that you don't care about those things. I just wanted to be very careful not to abstract the individual out of the thing that I'm caring about.
from my understanding, there's three of anyway. Yeah. Um. Okay. Anything else? Not about the gym, but just in life. Like, what do you care about?
Hmm. You asking what place on the spiral I am?
Definitely not.
Yeah, I care about my other relationships as well. Obviously, I care about my relationship with you and my relationship with my parents and my friends. A lot of
So
those people end
human
up being
relationships
yeah.
matter tremendously to you. That makes sense. What else? Like, why do you what is it about Cursor and creating simulations that you care about?
Well, the simulation is a way of cutting through the noise. So there's statistical noise in specifically blackjack, but could be applied to any sort of any sort of process that involves randomization, right? So there's going to be noise because of the randomness. And so when you simulate many trials, you get a broader perspective of the true outcome, right? So let me just give you an example. If I flipped a quarter
Yeah.
100 times and 90 out of 100 times it was heads, I'd be like, oh my, you'd think, oh my god, this quarter's it's rigged. This quarter lands heads way more often than not. Like I'm
Mm.
gonna start betting on this quarter to always land heads, and I'm gonna make a profit. But if you really want to get at the truth, you would run way longer simulations, and you would run 1,000 of them. So
Mm.
you'd flip that quarter 100,000 times, and you'd see what the outcomes are, and then you'd do a bunch of that exact simulation over and over and over again. And so at the end, what you're left with is, oh, here's actually what it converges to, and what the truth of the situation.
Okay, so truth. You care about truth. But you care about mathematical truth, like an objective truth,
Uh,
or as close to it as possible.
you just have to be careful, I think, when you start talking about objectivity. But yeah, I think in this context we can use the term objective with like statistics.
Well, so you're looking
Ma-
for a subjective truth? Do subjective truths matter to you?
Subjective. This is why you have to be really careful because I think that subjective truths are like technically speaking, as far as we know, it may be all that exists.
Okay, great. So let's say the truth from now on is defined by subjectivity. So
The truth
just
is defined by subjectivity.
yeah, like
Okay.
for our conversations, probably this point forward, I agree with you there. I don't
Okay.
think we know anything. I think there's a lot of shit that's gonna change. Truth, facts. Whatever it is,
Hmm.
um, whatever. Okay, but clarity then matters.
Sure. Clarity is probably a good word for it.
Okay, so making the world more clear matters specifically for your
Yeah.
perception. Like you want your perception to be more clear.
I mean, definitely in for the most part, I would love to have a perfectly clear perspective of reality. That would be great. But like, so in
Or
the
as
blackjack,
clear as possible. I see.
yeah, in the blackjack example, it was like, yeah, I want to know
By
when
the
you
way,
remove.
for the record, I absolutely hate gambling.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, like
I didn't know that.
I just think it's stupid. I think it's a waste of time.
Uh,
I don't like anything even remotely associated with gambling. It's a pet peeve of mine.
oh, this is the first time I'm learning that about you.
Yeah, sorry.
Where did that stem from?
It's just,
Do you know somebody that used to gamble?
just the concept of it is just it's so meager. It's so trifling. It's so non-committal. I just don't like it.
Hmm.
It's like, you know how much money Americans spend on lottery tickets?
I don't. Do you?
No, but I know it's a
Okay.
fucking ridiculous amount, like billions
Oh,
of dollars.
absolutely, absolutely. And
And
that's just lottery tickets. That's
right.
not has nothing to do with casinos or like.
And I recently watched the Ocean's movies, and
Oh,
the
nice.
philosophy behind that is that these people basically steal from these large gambling places, but they're backed by the
Hmm.
government because the government like it literally it knows it's a disgusting thing. So there's
Who's
like these
backed by the
moral
government? The
implications.
casinos backed by the government?
No, the Ocean's team.
Oh,
Yeah, like
it
like
is.
the
I didn't know that.
well, I'm not gonna spoil the movie, but
I've seen
uh,
them.
yeah, like the Matt Damon, his mom and his dad work in the government,
Okay.
so they come and save them from situations in
Oh,
the movies.
oh. I admit that whole part glossed over me when I was watching them.
Well, I
I haven't
watched
seen
all
them in
three
like
of them
five
in,
plus
in
years.
in succession, essentially. But so gambling to me is just a fucking it's just like rock bottom of humanity. Like it's just like the disgusting grunge of human nature.
Hmm.
Like that's why as soon as you brought it up, I was immediately like, I'm I don't want to talk about this.
Yeah, that was a strong reaction.
Yeah, I don't. And for a close friend of mine to do that is it's not interesting to me. Um,
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely sympathize when I. First of all, Mohegan Sun's a beautiful place, um, architecture wise, and obviously they design it that way so that you spend more time in there and that you don't want to leave. And so that's, dude, the whole vibe of that place is like very off. Um, because everything like you can, I just feel like everything intentionally. Um, there's like a negative energy. Like they obviously just want your money. Like that's all they want. That's the whole reason that that place exists.
it's like a demon circus.
Yeah, yeah, that's perfect. That's exactly what it is. And you see all these people there on like the slot machines and like old people, and it's just like, oh, it's scary. Like that was definitely um you see caricatures and you see movies and stuff like that, but that shit's real, bro. People are out here zombified in these
Yeah,
places.
yeah. And gambling is a really really hard addiction to break too,
Hmm.
like at any level in society. So that's why I'm having this reaction to this. It's like I have like a moral issue with this thing.
Hmm.
Um, but obviously, like when someone steps into hell and they don't realize they're in hell, yeah, it's just gonna look like fun, you know.
Yeah. If anything, it is a oh, what's the word? It's I can't think of the word. It's basically an example or a use case of orange. Have you gotten to read any more of the book?
Matt, we need to stop talking about spiral dynamics all the time. I'm also gonna be very clear about that, right?
What?
Like the entire conception of my reality is not spiral dynamics.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be.
Yeah, but like I'm down for in book club, but please refrain from every single example of life being part of the spiral.
I mean,
You're like very
okay, so
addicted to this philosophy. And by the way, you've been talking about it for longer than this month. You've been talking about it
oh,
to me for like
absolutely.
10 years.
Yeah.
Just
Then I will unrelate it from the spiral.
it
I
would
will
help.
completely unrelate it from the
Yeah,
spiral, and I will simply say that it is an exercise. That's the word I was looking for. It's an exercise in strategy and statistics and gaming the system,
for sure.
which I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to bring any colors.
Well, it's and dude, like I love you. Like don't get me wrong. Um, but it will ruin the book for me if we talk about this all the time.
Hmm.
And probably it will ruin the book for a lot of people if we talk about it all the time. It's like for me to constantly reference The Prophet by Khalil Gibran in every single aspect of our conversation. You'd be like, I
Hmm.
fucking hate that book. I don't want to hear about it anymore. I'm good.
I did buy that book and read at least half of it because of you.
It's a nice.
It's a very good book, and I think contextually it just depends.
So I guess that's and the reason that I'm bringing up what you care about and all this stuff is because um I worry a lot about myself and about the people that I care about. Um I obviously have my own goals and stuff, and I don't want to impose those on anyone else. It's not fair of me to do that type of stuff. But much like you, where the part of the life that you enjoy in teaching people is seeing them, I don't know, improve their discipline or something, right? One of the one of the s- one of the very reasons that I exist and that I find satisfaction out of life is when I can see that my time with someone improves their clarity. Like that to me is essentially why I exist.
Hmm.
Um and for like the last like couple of months, there's been a lot of whenever we meet up, you'll be like, "Oh, I tried this new thing and I did this thing and this." And it just seems like that old conversation of like, "Matt, where the fuck are you going?" just completely has been lost again. It's buried under like an entire desert of I don't know what.
Yeah, I'd say definitely in the past, I feel like I've definitely been in that situation where I feel buried. Um, I feel pretty good right now. I think we're good.
No,
It's not like I only did blackjack this week, you know.
no, I bet. I bet. Um and it's not again, these are my perceptions of you, right? Your life is completely your life. Like I don't know what you go through. I don't know how you feel when you wake up in the morning. I assume good. Just based on the way that you talk and stuff. It's yeah, I guess that's the buried under a desert is a metaphor that a lot of the oceans in the world, a lot of the deserts in the world used to be oceans.
Hmm.
So that's where that's coming from. That um I see greatness in you, but I don't think you define what great is in your own head.
Mm, like what has value?
No, what it means to be a great person.
Mm, no, I think I have. I think we all have a conception of what it means to be great or what it means to be like the best version of yourself.
Okay, what is yours?
It's more of a feeling than anything, but it's like, somebody who I'm actually not even uh I was going to say like, oh, somebody who, never gives into temptation and is, maximally disciplined or something, but like in certain ways.
But that's also
Uh
imposing that you want to be a great person onto you, right? Which I'll immediately be like, okay, like not every human being wants to be a great, right? So I see greatness in you, but I don't know if your aspiration is to be great.
no, I would argue that everybody has that overall aspiration. Like and essentially that would be your conscience, right? Like that's the thing telling you what's right from what's wrong, and what's right are like the things that bring you towards your highest self, and what's wrong is the things that take you away from your highest self. But anyway, I would even say like that initial conception that I just started to describe may not even be necessarily true, because a lot of what I read about, like in Jungian psychology, um, is this idea of recognizing sort of these things that you've deemed to be negative that are in you and kind of shunning them, when really you should be acknowledging them and integrating them. And it kind of goes along with that quote that we talk about sometimes about, if you want your branches to reach to heaven, your roots need to grow to hell, you know? Um, so anyway, that was me starting to explain what the greatest possible being is, but or version of myself. But even that initial thing, I was starting to go in the wrong direction. So it's more nuanced than that.
I think I hear the words nuance and feeling and weird from a lot of people that don't commit. Like just generally, I hear those words a lot from people that are like 40, 50 plus that just they're not great. They're okay.
Mhm.
Dude, you're like a fucking phenomenal musician. You're like a scientist researcher that can create anything that he wants to put his mind to. You're one of the most compassionate, understanding people I've ever met in my life. Uh, you're incredibly physically healthy, good looking guy. Um, a little bit more on the emotional side. You actually care about when people feel bad and you want to include them and you're very inclusive. Um, and you want to share things with people openly. as much as you can without making and actually caring about things that they don't want shared, right? Like actually taking a step back.
Let me stop you there. Thank you. Those are all, extremely nice things. So I thank you very much.
They're deeper than nice, dude. They're like they're great things, Matt. They're like those are like divine characteristics to have. That's grace in a nutshell. It's not just nice. Nice is vastly underplaying that.
I know you don't like that word.
Yeah. Anyway,
Come on. But I've been working on some other things too, and those have been a lot of fun.
how goes how goes Ether Site art? Is that a project that's moving?
Hmm.
How so?
It's posting, and it's posting, and it's in different places, and it's pulling in people to the site, to the newsletter.
Can you share your screen and show me some of those stats
The statistics of which statistics? Like
of Ether Site art, the website itself, and the newsletter and everything?
of the website and the newsletter. I don't know about the newsletter statistics. I can probably find that for you.
Excuse me, like how many people are on the newsletter?
I think it's only like 2 or 3.
Okay, so
so so
that's
so in terms
data.
of like
Yeah.
newsletter data, there's not a lot to
Well, what
uh
I want is accurate. What I want is clarity. There you
hmm.
go.
But what is it that you're looking
Well,
to be
ever
clear
since I
about?
yeah, ever since I started to make myself very uncomfortable about how little I know, everything that's ever made me uncomfortable has to do with numbers. Which is, I suppose, a quantitative things help define progress in a very practical way.
Mhm. I
So what I
agree.
want to do at the very least is create one benchmark. Okay, how are we improving this thing? How many people have come to the website this week? And if we meet on a weekly basis, or really, there should be some sort of like you did for the girls, the same shit. There should be
Mhm.
a progression. How many people came on the website this week? How many people are on the newsletter? That's your key performance indicator for how well the website's actually or the ecosystem itself is performing.
Mhm.
But I want to know those numbers because I'm about to start investing back into Terravify art and actually pushing people in that direction. And one
Mhm.
of the key performance indicators for Zach for the marketing is going to be how many people are actually visiting the website. He's going to actually hit you up and be like, "Hey, how do we set up that tag to know how many people are coming from Terravify art?"
Mhm. Gotcha. Let me mm. So this is the Google Analytics. Uh yeah, that's that one. And so this is the last 30 days. And that's the last 7 days. So technically, there's nobody in the last 7 days.
Okay, so we got our benchmarks. I mean, well, so basically in the last 7 days, there's no one. In the last 30 days, how many people?
28 users, 206 events.
So there's been 28 people that came to Terravify art slash ether site art.com in the last month, which is from January 22nd. And the most people came from when? January 4th? Is that what that shows?
Yes.
Okay, what happened on January 4th?
Let's see. Hmm. Let's go. January 6th, January 2nd. December. I mean, you've got posts on the 28th. They got some views. Post on the 1st, post on the 2nd, post on the 6th.
Yeah, so but specifically people came on the 4th.
Yeah.
Right.
Nothing. I never made a post on the 4th. So,
Right. So that means that either people were coming from my part of the ecosystem or they just miraculously started searching Ethersite, which is unlikely.
well, can we.
That day had a drastic spike. And then also, it looks like, why is the screen so small? How do I get this bigger? It looks like the 25th of January also was a spike, and the 14th of January was a spike. What happened on those days?
The 14th.
Or 14th of December, sorry. Yeah, what
Ah.
happened on the 25th of February
Let's
or
see.
January?
25th of January. Could be Pinterest.
Okay, what's going on Pinterest?
Just have to see when I posted these. These were posted on the 23rd. So I made a bunch of posts on Pinterest on the 24th.
Okay. So maybe some people saw
So
them on the
that's
25th.
yeah, that's probably where that's
Okay.
coming from.
And what about the 4th of January? Did you post on Pinterest then? Or the 3rd of January?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No, because
See,
the Pinterest is so all of those all the posts on the 24th were like posts that weren't uploaded to Instagram, and all of the Instagram posts also get automatically uploaded. So if there's no Instagram post on any other day than the 25th, then it wouldn't be related.
okay.
Excuse me.
Cool. Now let's go to the newsletter. How many people are signed up for the newsletter?
Just give me 1 sec. I wanted to see if I could open this data point. The users.
Wait,
Do I have to
Facebook?
highlight it or something?
Scroll down. On the lower left, it says Facebook. Are
Here?
people coming from Facebook?
Well, that's why I'm confused. Is because right now, I think this is still on the weekly filter. Oh, here it is.
Okay, yeah. So people are coming from Google organic. People are, direct is actually the most, and then there's Facebook. Direct slash none. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Do you
And this
count as an active user?
is well, I certainly can't count as more than one active user.
Okay.
See, I don't know how Because if it's none, maybe it just means that there's no tracking involved or something.
Yeah, but Facebook.com? The hell do we post from Facebook?
I definitely don't post anything on Facebook, but Facebook could also be Instagram technically.
Well, it says IG/social, doesn't it? Below Google.
Oh yeah, Facebook referral mobile.facebook. I just know that I don't know if it does this automatically, but I know that Instagram, I'm pretty sure, posts reels to Facebook.
Yeah, it does.
Um, so they're probably just getting automatically shared on Facebook. I don't know through what you know mechanism or
Right. Okay, cool. So is it allowing you to expand that data point?
this one.
No, the one that the spike on January 4th.
It is. I mean, it doesn't
Unlikely.
allow me to just
Yeah.
click on it. I have to.
All right. Do you want to go to the newsletter real quick? I just want to get the snapshot of like what the is going on, dude. Like what is I need something. We can't just be over here splashing around in the pool.
Mhm. Events. Oh, could be Reddit as well. I forgot about that. The January thing.
Reddit. What'd you post on Reddit?
Yeah, contacts. There it is. I just post my fractals. So is that text too small for you?
I can't even see it. You're
I
only
couldn't
sharing a
either.
specific window.
Oh, I thought it was. Oh, I thought it was sharing the whole screen. Uh, share something else. Share the screen. There you go. So, uh, most of these are tests, so you can disregard those. But Robert is on the newsletter. Kieran Riordan is on the newsletter.
Mm-hmm.
Also, if we're streaming, this is probably not good because this is
That's
giving
fine. I
away
I don't like.
data.
I just need stats. I don't need names.
You just want to know how many people are
Yeah,
on the
that's
newsletter?
that's it.
4.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, like so this is hopefully filling you in on the types of conversation, and you don't have to show the screen anymore if you don't
Okay.
want. This is hopefully filling you in on the conversations that I have with Zach on a weekly basis.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the types of data that we look at to actually determine growth, because over the course of 2 3 years or whatever since Taravify has been posting shit, I've learned a lot about okay, what effort actually leads to the end result we're looking for, right? And that just keeps getting more and more streamlined. So
Mm-hmm.
obviously I'm like nowhere close to where I need to be, but it's better than where I was. So that's kind of the goal. Um, but we need to do that on a weekly basis through some sort of automation or something that will just get these statistics to us and email them to us, and then or like to Zach or whatever, right? So that's something that if you build that out, that's tangibly useful for a lot of different reasons,
Mm-hmm.
right? On top of that, I'm gonna have Zach's editor team go through this thing that we do, one of them, and create a bunch of short form, and they're gonna send it to you, and then you're gonna approve or deny them, based on whether or not you want them to be posted, because you made it pretty clear that you don't want to have everything up always.
Hmm.
Um, and so the goal is to have Taravify art basically shunt people to this website. But one of the larger goals, the thing that matters the most to me, is to create that sense of romanticism, but also that sense of community among artists in general, uh, visual, auditory, any sort of art form. And so what I'm trying to do is create that bucket because, for instance, there's obviously the Terrafy Discord that I want to invite people that like music, to post music there. But that's also going to be a place where there's going to be interns that are interested in public health or interested in finance or business and stuff like that. And there's going to be like little, so that Discord is going to grow over time. And a lot of the call to action is going to be, yeah, go to either terrafy.com or terrafy.art, which is obviously ethersiteart.com. Um, and I'm hitting up musicians, and there's gonna be like some dentistry stuff that I'm doing with musicians and stuff, and I'm gonna encourage them to go to the website and check that stuff out. So over time, there's going to be a lot more integrations, a lot more easy call to actions, and then when we put out ads and stuff, we'll have a pretty good idea of ROI on those ads. Um, but I need to link up that ecosystem, and I need your help with that. With the automation side of things, like especially for Terravify.art and Terravify in general. There's a lot of really useful tools for posting on social media content and engaging with people and all this stuff. And I don't know anyone that's better at finding those tools and actually testing them than or creating simulations or creating very specific websites that can do very specific things.
Hmm.
And so to your question earlier, like, Tarab, what do you need help with? Or what are some of the things? Dude, there's a lot of shit. There's like there's multiple full-time jobs worth of work that I need help with. It's just a matter of, whether or not you want to do it.
Hmm.
That's always the thing.
Yeah, in terms of like the automations and stuff, I think it just strictly for Etherside, I've been thinking more recently about like an automation as a way of taking something that you already know the formula for pretty exactly and then implementing that. And I just realized that I didn't know the formula exactly. So that's kind of what I'm trying to figure out, in terms of like, okay, what types of content do the best, right? Like it makes no sense to set up an automation that posts, let's say, mock up images of the artwork every day if the mock up images of artwork get seen by nobody and don't turn into clicks, for example, right?
Yeah, so there's this. Well, I kind of agree with you, and I think going back to our earlier conversation, we used to have this conversation a lot, where it was like, well, I'm doing a bunch of shit, it's not doing anything to Rob, and I was like, well, we need to do something to have something.
Yeah. No,
uh,
and
yeah,
I'm not, I'm not saying that those types of images don't have, because they make a cool like, they can help or they can be aided in some way. But that's what I'm saying is that like I'm finding it's just like strategy, right? You're just you're just strategizing and you're maximizing that output. So, but I'm gonna find that first, and then once I've got that down, that should be automated.
yeah, that'd be great. So yeah, but I guess like there's not very much effort being put into that whatsoever. It's like
Being
the
put
the
into what?
actual marketing of these things. It seems like is very limited. Um,
You just mean in terms of advertising?
yeah, and like experimenting with what things work, at least on the art end of things, right? So like I'm experimenting on a weekly basis and spending a lot of money advertising, obviously Terravify stuff and like Franklin Dental stuff and all this. But like in terms of art, we haven't really. A lot of our conversations end up being okay. Yeah, obviously we're homies, so we talk about life. And we make music, but hardly any of our conversations are ever productively dedicated to experimentation in the art advertising sense.
Mhm.
And we hardly ever have, actionable things that we're doing on a weekly basis or on a monthly basis. It's like, okay, let's get this stuff done. We'll build this and do this.
Mhm.
Which is not great. I mean, we could be a lot further ahead than we are here. If again the goal is to actually sell the artwork and that matters to us.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, my goal is definitely to sell the artwork at this point. I'm definitely experimenting with different posts and different types of art and different mediums, whether it's images or mock-ups or videos, video mock-ups, and stuff like that. So
Let
I'm
me
I'm actively trying to pull some human beings.
are, are you and where are you posting these things?
I'm posting on Instagram, posting on Pinterest, posting on Reddit.
Okay, so Instagram, what is the I need to search this somewhere. Am I even Ethersite? Ethersite art. Wow. Not even. Okay, good. I'm going to share my screen so this can be used as content. Shit. So this is basically how it looks on the desktop.
Mm-hmm.
Um Damn. That's beautiful. Is this the application you made?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Yeah, so this is super engaging. This is super engaging. My suggestion is actually having it be on a wall or something, like in this context, and then zooming
Mm.
in to that.
Well, the problem with zooming in on the fractal in a video context is that the AI generated video, uh, when it zooms in, it gets rid of the detail. Like it hallucinates the detail in the image. So I have other videos that zoom in like that, but it just ruins the artwork.
This one's a little fast, but it's still very engaging. Still very, very engaging. Ooh, ooh. I like that guy. Okay. So, okay. I gotcha. So, and okay. Okay. Have you experimented boosting any posts?
No.
Is that something that you're interested in doing?
Definitely.
Is there a budget for that?
Like for one post.
Well, just a monthly. Like how much are you willing to throw down to actually boost
I would
this?
just try it on like a per post basis, but I'm not sure how much. I've never even seen what claims they make in terms of how much, because obviously you just pay a certain amount and then they're like, oh, you'll get this many views and this many whatever's impressions. So I'd have to see those numbers before anything like that.
Very interesting. You can also, for posts that have this stuff in them, you can collaborate with Taravify.art and get more. Like anything that has to do with my paintings. This is really pretty.
Yeah, I gotcha. I mean, I was really just trying to grow the page as authentically as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that way I could know. Again, trying to find that, uh, trying to find that strategy. So I was just kind of I was more into the idea of like kind of doing it in an isolation chamber and like seeing what bounces and what sticks.
Yeah, but what's your time frame for that?
What do
That's
you
the
mean?
hard part. So I've been doing this marketing stuff for like a year, 2 years, 3 years,
Mm-hmm.
right? I just got to 1,000 followers on Taravify,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Congratulations.
Oh, it's really not that astounding of an achievement for that amount of work, right? Um, so there's some efficiencies that I found. It's up to you if you want to use them.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them is boosting posts,
Gotcha.
very much so.
Yeah. So that would be my question: is what tangible outcomes do you see from your boosted posts?
Really just increase in visits, right, to the website, or increase in followers. Um, followers and website visits. Followers are still the biggest importance to me because that indicates that new people are coming into the ecosystem, which is new leads.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um,
But you haven't tied that to anything like people signing up for something or like purchasing a Terabify something or other.
well, here, if the best thing to the best thing to associate with advertisement leading to money is Franklin Dental. So Franklin Dental, every time, so she keeps track of how many people came in from Facebook, like actual patients,
Mm-hmm.
or how many phone calls we got from that, right? So we have those statistics for Franklin. As far as Taravify, it doesn't quite offer. There's no like There's no real thing that it's selling right now, right? Besides maybe an internship or like just an emailing list or something. And so by virtue of that, um, it becomes a lot harder to. Well, the KPI then necessarily is just followers, right? It's not associated to, uh, or maybe like people that sign up for a newsletter or something, or people that fill out the internship form or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's, yeah, but tangibly
And
it's.
that's
Mhm.
I gotcha. That's just my only concern or gripe with boosting things is because I have no doubt that a boosted post will get more impressions or views and maybe a couple more likes or something. But it's just like I'm not going to allot a monthly budget to it if it's only going to do those things and not actually turn into, you know, I again I don't know. So like I'm totally willing to be proven wrong, and I do want to uh, boost a couple posts. You can do it through Instagram, you can do it through Reddit, you can do it through Pinterest. Um, but it's way more of an experimentation thing. If it doesn't actually result in, excuse me, if it doesn't result in newsletter signups or actual purchases or certain website actions, then it's like not worth it. Especially and the other thing to watch out for is in terms of followers. I don't know about YouTube. YouTube's a whole different ballpark. At least on Instagram, their algorithms, most of the time you're not even seeing, like, you'll see your very close friends posts and stuff, but everything else kind of gets lost in a feed of like recommended. Like it's almost all like non-followers will will be seeing your posts, like 90%.
Yeah, and the boost increases. You
Increases the
know.
non-followers. So that's without the boost.
Mhm.
So
Uh,
that's all. That's just
yeah.
something to keep in mind.
Well, so I'll tell you right now, boosting is a major part of social media advertisement.
Mm-hmm.
Um, to the point where you can have a post that 5 people see, and you can spend $10 in it, and like 100 people see it.
Okay.
Right. So it's like 10x,
So it's
20x
a
return.
dollar per 20 views.
It depends. It depends how good the shit is that you're posting, right? Obviously, but it
Mm-hmm.
it makes a drastic difference. Um, and the other thing is what I've realized about the Terravify stuff, and this is probably the last thing I'll say about this is um, the in-person events that I'm hosting, the free clinics. Um, I'm trying to do this leaders night thing, all of that. The in-person events make everything so much more real.
Mm-hmm.
And so my strong recommendation to you is, well, if you have some time, create a strategy for more in-person stuff, right? Like put it in a calendar somewhere that there's a fair or something going out that you can just like have a table set up,
Mm-hmm.
or a collaboration with even those like bring your stuff to that event every month if you're going to go,
Mm-hmm.
and then look into boosts and like actually figure out what boosts are. That's about it, because it's going to help you create content. It's going to help you also like invite people out, get more followers in general. There's a lot of helps you create ads,
Mm-hmm.
like, hey, show up to this thing, you know.
Yeah, those were definitely the next things on my radar. I'm definitely planning to bring either some stickers or some business cards or some such to. We're going back in March 20th to Alex Gray,
uh
21st.
Very important recommendation: don't bother with business cards.
Oh, don't do business cards.
No, there's I mean, you could literally, because it's just QR code, dude. Just have a QR code on you.
Mm-hmm.
Just have like a QR code sticker or something, and put it on a water bottle, and be like, "Here, just scan this." I'm like, I don't have business cards, and then just
Mm-hmm.
just have a free link tree that's like, okay, here's my contact information.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
That makes sense.
I would get stickers though that say ethersiteart.com on them. That's a great thing to give away to people, because
Yeah.
that'll just stay forever.
Yeah, that was the idea.
Yeah.
Did are there any postcard sale not postcards, greeting card sales?
It doesn't seem like people don't send cards anymore, which is funny,
Mm.
right? Like for birthdays and stuff, maybe, but no, not really.
But we never put that sign up, right? Because I sent it to Liz and Liz
Oh, we
died.
did put the sign up.
Oh, we did put the sign up. Okay,
Yeah.
great.
So now it's like if the postcards were selling for $2, I think, and uh basically the idea is that if they like and follow us on Facebook, that they can get a one piece of art for free or something.
Mm.
So that's kind of the idea behind that. And
Oh,
obviously I give
but
them
it's
people.
not. Is it pointing towards the EtherSite newsletter or no? I'm
Yeah,
just wondering
yeah.
if
The
it's.
QR code is Mhm.
Oh, okay.
The QR code is still the same.
I just didn't know if you ever had gotten that one image that I sent, or if you had like
Yeah,
made
no,
your
we
own
we are
site.
using that exact same thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So that could be because I was wondering when I got the newsletter sign if it was related to that or not.
likely,
Hmm.
very likely. Yeah,
All right, cool. But no. So I guess if that happens, but did anybody? I guess you wouldn't know because you're not at the front desk. But did people? Have you heard that somebody signed up and took a card?
yeah,
Or oh
yeah,
yeah, okay,
yeah.
nice.
And the cool thing is that you can. Do you have Danya's number? Or when you talk to Zach, you can get Danya's number and you can actually connect with her, and then we can create an ad with Terabify Art and Ethersite collaborating.
Hmm.
Um, that and Franklin Dental collaborating to say, hey, if you want a birthday card or something, come on down and do this. You see, so you're gonna get a lot more bang for your buck by collaborating with accounts that already have following.
Hmm.
Like, don't forget that tool in this ecosystem. Um, and I'm putting out ads every week and stuff. So like there's ways for you to piggyback off the system to get more traffic to the website. It's
Hmm.
just the actual purchase. You're gonna have to educate yourself on business if you want to sell shit. And this is kind of the catch 22 of doing business is you got to get better at understanding business. The biggest books that I would recommend that I've come across that are super useful is $100 Million Offers by Alex Ramosi. The
Hmm.
audiobook is phenomenal. Um, that will help you contextualize like what type of deal to put together that people would actually be interested in going to the Etherset website and buying something.
Okay.
Otherwise you're kind of just swinging. So my brother and his wife and Gabriel have surprise visited on a Sunday, which is a drastic asshole move because they know I'm busy. Um, so my morals are obliging me to actually go and see them, but spending time
I
with you
understand.
happens very infrequently.
Are they? So you're just gonna go hang out for a while? I mean,
Um,
I'm not doing anything else for the rest of the day. I already took care of my cleaning, and I'm not doing my laundry. So if at any point you get a free moment, you can always let me know, and we can
well,
have a little bit more chat.
what I'll do is I'll hit you back in an hour, and I'll update you.
Okay,
Um, yeah, because I don't want to create this sense of, oh, you guys can just visit me whenever, and I'll take my time to. No, it's not gonna work.
I gotcha. No
Uh,
worries, man.
well, I'm just perpetually frustrated by my family. It's just so funny. Like there's nothing in my life that's more frustrating than my family.
Yeah, I mean they've got. I'm sure it's got something to do with the baby.
I mean, it's just like I can put up with whatever. Anyway, yeah, I'll hit you up soon.
All right, man.
Sorry.
Love you.
Love you too,
Tell
dog.
everybody I said hey.
I will.
Peace.